Hey everybody, so I just want to do a little garden tour today, I guess kind of to, always preserve the memories of our wonderful garden. So we're kind of going with a jungle, unkept, chic type of approach back here, so it's a little crazy. But Scott built these garden beds last year, or 2 years ago now, and so we were able to add a lot more garden space, and then we have different containers and all that kind of stuff. So I'll just give you a quick tour of what we've got. So starting over here, we have a fire ant now, live and let live, and we like lots of, we've got lots of container gardens over here. So this is like a wild cherry tomato. They're really, really small tomatoes. There's some that are starting to ripen, right down there. And then this is, I don't remember what kind that is, different kind of tomato. And then these are all carrots and more tomatoes. And we had, we had a squash just kind of show up back here, and it did well for a while, and then it died back, and then it did well for a while. I don't know, it could be dead, but it was a butternut squash, and so there's like little baby butternut squashes on there. I don't know, it might be done. That's okay, I'm not too attached. Then we have a bunch of basil. We love growing basil and making our own pesto. We'll come out and harvest a ton, make some pesto, stick it in the freezer. It's fantastic. This is a beautiful prickly pear cactus. Makes really nice flowers in the spring. Not this year though, it only put out new pads. Here's another kind of random container, and we've taken most of the stuff out of this one because it had beets in it, and beets are really more of a cold weather thing. So it's kind of looking a little ragged, but yeah, these are beets. They're actually pretty sizable under there, I think. More basil. Another big tomato plant. I'm a big tomato fan. They're just so much better when you grow them yourself. And so we started ours really early because it's kind of hard to grow them in the Houston summer down here. So another tomato plant, another big tomato plant here. More, if you come over this way, you can see some that are ripening. And I actually read, mockingbird fight. I actually read in our, don't back into the cactus, in our basically Bible of Houston gardening, that one of the tips to prevent bug damage and bird damage to your tomatoes is when they start to turn, go ahead and bring them inside and they'll ripen just fine. So I'm actually going to pick these later and bring them inside. So here's more beets, and last year we had a ton of sweet potatoes here, and they're kind of coming up again. I don't know, I'll leave them because why not, but they really don't, they need to be more on a mound. So these are several broccoli plants, and they're pretty much done for the year. They're, again, more of a cold weather plant, so we were getting a bunch of stuff up until a month ago, but you can see little baby broccolis starting. Then we have a lot of eggplants. So we have this one, anything with the big flat leaves is an eggplant. We've got 1, 2, there's one over there, 3, actually I think there's 2 over there, 4. And they just have small little eggplants. This is about as big as they get, but they're really yummy. They don't get bitter, sometimes when you get the ones in the store, they're really kind of bitter and you have to salt them. Here's another tomato. It smells like brownies back here. Someone is making brownies, it's making me a little distracted. Then we have these sunflowers that have kind of collapsed, but Scott researches sunflowers, so he has some extra seeds and planted them to attract pollinators, and I don't know, just because it looks cool with giant sunflower plants falling over. This is our compost pile. It's very glamorous, but that's a good part of gardening, is to have a compost pile. So it's food waste and garden waste, that kind of thing. Over here we have arugula that really we should have harvested a while ago, but we can't keep up with. There's so much arugula. And I think some tomatoes that just kind of showed up, and carrots and parsley maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, we're kind of stuck, so we'll come back this way. I guess one thing that's kind of weird about our garden is it gets a lot of sun in the front, and it's really dark in the back, but it works well because some of these kind of cold weather plants do okay even into the summer in the back. So that's why the arugula is still doing all right. So if we come over to the second bed. These are just some wildflowers that we planted, or I don't know if they're wild, but whatever. We planted these to attract like pollinators, and we've had a ton of monarchs in the backyard this spring. It's really kind of nice. And of course a ton of birds and everything. It's just really a nice place to see all the happenings, all the birds coming through. Then we've got more tomatoes. We're a little bit obsessed. So more tomatoes here. Then we have, they're like banana peppers. You know, the ones you get, like, they're not very hot. You know, for salad or something. Ours seem to grow in a circle. I don't think they're supposed to. Whatever. Then we have serranos. More sweet potatoes coming back up. And then these huge beasts are collards, and I'm not a huge collard fan, so I'm having a hard time defeating this plant. But yeah, giant collard plant. Over here we have some more kind of scrubby, wildflowery stuff. These are padron peppers. Like, I think they're grown in a specific region in Spain. I've picked them recently, so not too many on here, but like they're little peppers that are usually kind of fried or stuffed and fried in Spain. They're really yummy. They're not too hot. They get a little bit hot once you let them get big. Another giant sunflower plant. Over here is, yeah, another really shady spot. So we have kind of colder weather stuff. So we've got some leeks and just green onions. These are carrots that haven't really done super great, and then the weeds are always encroaching. So that's kind of it for the back. We'll take a brief cut, and then I'll show you the front, which is where we have most of our herbs and other stuff like that. So, wait 1 second, and we'll see the front.
Well, I put my hopes in.
Hello again. So this is the front of the house. We're moving in a few weeks, so our landlord's been having people, like, you know, come by and look at the house, and someone came by and said they thought a crazy old man lived here, because it's a little crazy up front. Anyway, so Scott built this bed up here, and what we've done up here is it's obviously shaded by this huge oak tree, so it doesn't get a lot of sun until the afternoon, so it's kind of mostly cold weather stuff up here, and also more greens and stuff like that, things that aren't too flashy, because obviously people walk by. If we grew like our best tomatoes up here, maybe we wouldn't have any for ourselves. Anyway, I guess one thing I want to point out about these boxes that's really cool is that put these like little what would you call them? Like bracket things on here, so that we have PVC pipes that can kind of go over to the other side, and then it's almost like we have tarps. Then it's almost like a little greenhouse. So on the 1 or 2 nights a year, when it gets down to freezing, we can protect the plants with like a greenhouse kind of thing, which is really cool. So what we have up here is basically some more sunflowers. You know, they are fun looking. We have chard, a few different types of chard. We have the red chard and, I don't know, regular white chard. We have some kale. Let's see here. Over here we have more carrots. And in the middle we have dill, which is going to flower. I should really use it soon. Yeah, so there's some dill in the middle. And like you can see, I mean, it gets a lot of oak leaves, which isn't really great for growing, but you know, it's okay. And then we have more arugula up here. And then around the edge of the box, this one actually is on the sprinkler system, and actually has really nice soil. Our landlord had the whole front like landscape last year, which was fantastic. So around the front of the box, we've kind of done like different herbs. So this is I want to say it's like I think it's a lime mint. It's a type of mint. Then we have more kale down here. That's gotten a lot of bug damage, but okay. Share with the bugs. Here we have thyme. Over here we have oregano that's doing really well. Oregano does really well in Houston, so that's a nice one to grow if you're into herbs and you want to start off something simple. Over here is like flowers, pretty. Oh, lizard. Look at this. Can you see him? Oh, he's so cute. I love lizards. Oh. Okay. Anyway, these are cool desert plants that Scott got when he was working in Arizona. Ocotillos. Then we have some stuff in pots that we grew from seed. So like this is a grapefruit that we grew from seed. This we bought is a kaffir lime tree, which is like the leaves are used in Thai cooking. It's kind of a cute story. Scott and I had our like kind of first Christmas alone a few years ago. Oh gosh, it was probably like 4 years ago now. And we didn't want to buy like a Christmas tree. We didn't have any ornaments or anything, but I really, really wanted a kaffir lime tree. So we went to like all these different nurseries until we found a kaffir lime tree, and then we made a little popcorn garland and decorated our lime tree as our little Christmas tree. Adorable. Here we have aloe. Here's an avocado we grew from seed, and then more ocotillos, and then like a crazy viney whatever plant. And then down here we have more herbs. So we have parsley. We had cilantro, but it's pretty much done. I don't know. I'm horrible with cilantro. I just kill it all. Chives, sage that needs to be watered. This is just the chrysanthemums that we got as a housewarming present. Rosemary, which doesn't get enough sun, but that's fine. It's surviving. And then this huge thing is lemongrass. So it smells amazing. It's actually kind of sharp, so be careful with it. Yeah, so that's it for the front. That's the whole garden tour.